Hi everyone, it's Lisa and Luna from Don't Run with Scissors, back with another Technique Tuesday. Today I am going to address several emails that I got on how I made my Father's Day card with an embossing folder. It looks like wood grain. And I'm going to kind of morph in a couple other ideas that I've had and some other things you can do with your embossing folder. And finally finish up with a card. I actually wanted to do a shaker card for the video, but this is all going to work out just fine. So I started with Doris, I don't know how you say it properly, but it's this embossing folder. It's just wood grain. And if you can hear the bells, it's Luna. And if you hear thunder, we're having massive storms. So I started off with this embossing folder, and the trick was using glossy cardstock. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do glossy cardstock and just traditional 110-pound paper. Hi, Luna. Hello, how are you? Oh my, are we actually going to have an appearance today? So the first one, I'm using Distress Ink's Walnut Stain. Makes sense, huh? Are you going to come and say hi? Come here. Hello. And I have glossy cardstock, and again, 110-pound here. So I'm just going to take my Distress Inks and I'm going to smoosh it around. Nice and easy. But I wanted to show you the difference between what these inks, or what the papers do with the ink. Luna's loving the table up, so if anything happens to fall over, the camera goes anywhere, blame her. If we lose power, we're blaming you. Hi. I'm getting hugs. That's so nice. Nice kitty cat. Okay. So I have my glossy cardstock all done up. Why don't you come over here and say hi to everybody? And now I'm going to do my regular 110-pound cardstock. This isn't going to take the color nearly as well as a glossy cardstock, but I do want to show it in both ways. So get that all coated up. Oh, kitty on the table. You gonna be kitty in the window soon? Kitty in the window. Because you are making it look like wood grain, it doesn't have to be perfect, so these little blotches that are appearing, not the end of the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cardstock now that's actually covered much better than what you can see at home. I'm going to stick it in my embossing folder. I'm using my Cuttlebug tonight. Can I have that? Thanks. Hi. Why don't you come over here so you can say hi to everybody? I'm going to do my Cuttlebug a little bit off screen just so I can keep my leverage on it. And come back. So here is the 110-pound cardstock. And now I'm going to put the glossy one in. Luna, you're going to hurt yourself doing that. She was alone all day, so we're getting some attention. Okay, and now we've run through the glossy cardstock. Voila! Now the funny thing about this is the glossy cardstock, you can actually see where the paper split, but it really doesn't matter because what you're going to do now is you're going to go right back over it with your Distress Ink, and it's going to magically disappear. You can make it heavier in some areas, lighter in another. I use the same ink. You could come back in with a darker ink if you wanted to. If you wanted to play with some reds in here, maybe some oranges, you could do that too. But you could just keep layering this in the darker areas that you want it. Come here. So there's the glossy cardstock. Very neat, huh? And now let's go back over the regular cardstock. It did have some splitting. I should have showed you that before I started this. I did not add any extra plates in there, so it's not, I didn't over emboss it. It's just the nature of the beast. Look at that on your forehead. Okay. You can be as fussy or as non-fussy as you want. So, and there you have it. They both look really cool. The glossy just is a step up for sure. So now we're going to do one other technique here before we finish up. And I'm only doing this because just to show you, but I have a Stampin' Up! Chocolate chip pad, which is different than, it's just a bigger stamp pad so I could get this done quicker. You can also put ink on your folders. I'm going to do both sides just so you can see what happens with them when you run them through. The deboss and the emboss. It's going to make a big old mess. These will wipe off with baby wipes, so don't stress it. Okay. Thank you for not sitting in it, Miss Luna. And I'm going to put my cardstock here in the middle. Crooked, apparently. We're just going to leave it crooked just so you can see this. I don't need to smear it any more than it is. Run this through. Okay, so now you can see it will jam the ink into your lowered ridges, or on the other side it will stick to the bottom as well. So you can see here the two different things. You could run it through this way depending on what you're making. You can see where the color got stuck in the grooves here, but an option too, you can use your inks with your embossing folder. So let's just get a quick baby wipe on the inside of that, close it up. We'll get cleaning in a minute. But in the meantime, what I was trying to do was to create a shaker card. And I did want to use my glossy cardstock. Now I'm just going to cut the end off here. And I have pre-made shaker card stuff, so I'm not going to do any of the fun stuff with the acetate and the extra stuff. So I have just the circle, and there's a sticker here. Who's coming? That's a squirrel. Is he your friend? So what I'm going to do is cut a circle right in the middle. Apparently Luna feels like helping. You gonna help? You gonna help? That's where the squirrel's gonna go. So hang on. I'm gonna cutting mat here. We're gonna have to relocate you. Thank you. Okay. I am gonna cut it from the other side just so I don't tear up any of the color. Try and center this as best as I possibly can. And give this a quick run around. You can use this for all sorts of stuff. Looks like seeing eye. But now I have my hole cut out for my shaker card. And it's magic. Yay! So I did pre-make my little squirrel because I figured a squirrel in a tree, what better, right? And I have some brown cardstock that I'm going to make my back. I use Stays On ink and the Hero Arts clear stamp set here of all these little critters. They're so cute. And I picked You Make Me Happy so I can send this to Sean. And what I'm going to put on the inside is some sequins. I'm going to make sure to destatic it. Let's go through here. And I have some orangey sparkly sequins. So we're going to drop a couple in. Just make a shaker card. The pre-made ones are nice and easy. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, rectangles, circles, and the like. And there's a sticker on here that's going to peel. I'm not sure what you can see here, but there's like an O-ring around it. And because I haven't cut my background yet, I can easily do this by just going like that. So this is adhered to my brown. I'm going to zip around that real quick. And then I will take some snail adhesive, Tombow, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to run around the outside of it. My log here. And a little bit of masking and all that fun stuff. Your shaker card is all done. And we're going to put him on. He is the Happy Camper collection from Imaginescence. And it's a little squirrel that I stamped, and I did color in with my Spectrum Noir markers. And I'm just going to put him right on the middle of my shaker card on the side. And now we can give this a quick cut. And that's how you can make a quick shaker card by using that. You can also, Jennifer McGuire's got several videos out there about using acetate to do such things, if that's what you're interested in. Or buying the pre-mades, just nice and easy. I actually used them for a Christmas card, so had some extra lying around. So that is it. That is how you can play with your embossing folders and the like, and making quick shaker cards. They're so cute, a little squirrel. And the sentiment, again, you make my world happy. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you will go play with your embossing folders and your inks. Have a ton of fun. Again, glossy cardstock really is key, depending on really what you want to make. But I think it makes a big difference between the two. So thanks for tuning in, and have a great night. Bye-bye.